And I got this new joint, let me tell you all about that. Conquer my depression, grab my Smith & Wesson, call up my new baddie, and give a good direction, like, where you at 7, she just say she ready, pull up 6:30, play a show early,
Welcome
Welcome
to the 3 Oak Podcast, where even the artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane M. Petty.
And Cherry TNT, she's not available today. She had to work. We normally shoot on Saturday nights, but I went to the tattoo shop last night.
Tell me more about this, because that was a shock to me. I knew Cherry was getting a tattoo, but I had no idea you were even in the mindset of even getting a tattoo.
Yeah, so I had my appointment scheduled literally. My appointment was 2 days after they officially closed everything because of COVID.
Okay.
So mine was supposed to be March 30th something.
Yeah.
At the end of March. But then everything got shut down the 27th, where they were we're canceling all this shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't even get to go. I just went. And I went because I was going to get this fixed. Because you remember I had that dog one in here?
Yeah.
But it was always fucked up. He actually fixed it now.
Okay.
And I actually have the real, you can kind of see it, but not really right now.
What, the dog? Yeah, I see the dog. Yeah, I see the dog, yeah.
You can definitely see it now.
Yeah.
Before, it was just the outline, and it looked ghetto as shit, but...
Wait, when did you get the outline, though? Because I
9 years ago.
Maybe I just don't be looking under your arm like that.
Yeah.
But I just never knew you had a tattoo under there.
Yeah, so it was just the outline from 9 years ago that went terribly south. That was my first tattoo in my kitchen. I did all the things you weren't supposed to do.
Yeah. Inexperienced
tattooer, all that shit.
Yeah.
I finally got that fixed, which I'm really happy about that. Shout out to Sketch Gamble. He works at Golden Coil, so y'all go holla at him.
Yeah. And
he does black and white realism.
So if that was your first one, what about the second one? Was the Michael Jackson one?
That was my first one. My second one was my dog on the left side of my calf.
Okay.
And that was of him.
Yeah, Denier.
Yeah, and then I got that one done. Then I got the Michael Jackson one done.
Oh, so that was your third one. Okay.
Then
that's the only one I really knew of. Was the Michael Jackson.
And then my fourth one was 2 years ago when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I got the Eagles thing over here on this side.
Yeah.
Now I got this one fixed, and I got my kneecap tattooed.
Yeah.
I got the All Money In logo.
Yeah.
The Nipsey Hussle brand.
Yeah. So had it been a long time since you had a tattoo? And
2 years, officially 2 years.
Okay, so I haven't had a tattoo since 2005. So
you forgot completely.
I forgot what the pain was like.
Okay, let me tell you something. So I bought numbing cream.
Okay,
the numbing cream worked phenomenal.
Okay,
on the inside of my arm, to the point that the first hour of the tattoo, I dozed off once and forgot he was tattooing. I could just feel light pressure because it really dulled my skin numbness. It was great. That kneecap. Let's talk about the kneecap.
Oh, okay.
Nothing helped the kneecap.
Oh, shit.
That was the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. I had no idea it would hurt that bad.
Oh, shit.
My nigga, when I said, bro, I got a video. Matter of fact, I'll insert the video right here so y'all can see exactly what happened. But I'd recorded myself in pain.
What?
Just so people would understand.
So you could know my pain.
Bro, I was biting a towel. I was in there biting a towel. My hand still kind of hurt from me squeezing the towel so hard.
Oh, man.
That's how bad the knee pain was.
Shit.
The kneecap is fucking real, bro. And I'm still supposed to be getting the other kneecap done.
Oh, shit.
I was supposed to do both of them the same day, bro. I couldn't do it, bro. Oh. I was like, I cannot do this, dog. I have to come back. I cannot do this, bro. It hurts so bad.
Oh, God.
It looks great, but it hurt so... I've never felt pain like that.
It's tender, because that tender meat right there.
It hurts now.
Oh, man.
And this was last night, and it still hurts. I don't even feel this tattoo.
Yeah.
It's just tattooed skin. I don't even feel it. I feel my knee right now.
Oh, do you feel it more because the knee is with the bone and stuff? Or?
It's just straight bone, bro.
Yeah,
it's just bone
it's
and
less
thin
flesh.
and thin skin. Yeah. God, it hurt so fucking bad, bro. It hurt so bad, dog. I don't even want to talk. Yeah, if anybody's ever had their kneecap tatted, or their knee or elbow, maybe y'all know what I'm talking about, or maybe even foot.
Yeah,
bro, it's terrible, but. I'm giving myself 2 months before I go back.
Yeah.
Because I do want to
recuperate.
I do want to get I feel like I got PTSD, bro. It's crazy,
In the moment, did you feel like this is never going to end?
It did feel like it was never going to end.
Yeah,
Bruh,
this is my life forever.
Bro, it was so many times I wanted to just be like, we're done, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll leave. I will die knowing that this tattoo was never finished and be completely okay with it. You know what I mean? Like,
and just tell the story like, look.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I have no shame on me. Like, you can't shame me for, I'm not doing it, bro.
Yeah.
And I had to stop looking at the tattoo because that was delaying it. So, like watching him do it, I feel like it made the pain worse and delayed how long it was taking. You know what I mean? So I had to lay back. Bro, there was moments during the outlining, the first half, we took 3 breaks on this tattoo that should take no more than an hour. Because this tattoo that I got of the Nipsey logo, it's extremely simple. Yeah. It's literally just outlines and filling it in. It's extremely simple.
I could just imagine just the needle going in.
Bro, it hurt so bad. I don't even want to.
Yeah. You don't want flashbacks.
But I got to do it again in September. Yeah. September 5th, I got to do I'm getting my logo done on my knee. But it's fucked, dog. But it's whatever. You know, I made it through. Yeah. I'm going to let it heal up, and I'm going to go back for round 2. And that's the last time. There's only two people I would ever get my tattoos that painful in those positions. What? Nipsey Hussle and myself. Because I'm getting my brand and his brand tattooed on both. These are the only 2 people I would ever even consider that pain for. Yeah. But outside of that, hell no. Like, hell no. Bro. Like, it's crazy.
A girl come up and say, hey, can you get my name on your knee?
Nah, F you. Like, I never liked you anyway. I'm glad you asked me that.
Not even if I'm marrying you.
We need to talk about our relationship status at this point. Like, but welcome for all the new people who, this is probably your first time listening to like a real episode or like an actual 3 Oak Podcast episode. Normally we have another guest, another host, Cherry TNT. She's just not here right now. If you go through our other Instagram posts, you've seen it, but we gained about 900 followers over the past couple of days off of the video that I put out, Are They in Trouble? And it was pretty much downtown Raleigh bar and club scene. Obviously, if you're new here, that's why you're here. One, I appreciate everybody that engaged with the post, commented, and followed. Like, thank y'all so much.
And sharing your experience as well.
Sharing your experience,
have similar experience to
that was important.
The club experience.
And being really engaging. Like, these people that have followed are engaging. You know, I've been trying to stay on top of the story. I don't want to keep adding things to the timeline feed to block it up until Monday when we drop this episode. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've been adding stuff to the feed, and, you know, the people that have been following, they seem like they're ready to be engaging. You know what I mean? Like, on a regular basis, which is going to be super dope. We've been doing this for about 2.5 years now. Like, we're low-key OGs out here. Yeah. It's just we've been doing it at this level for the entire time. We've been waiting to find the market. You know what I mean?
We've been waiting for you.
Yeah, we've been waiting for y'all. Like, we've been searching for the market. We done tried every marketing tactic we could think of, and this is the one that did it, it seems like. So I plan on continuing to do this, addressing things that are extremely local and targeted towards not just the bar scene. Mind you, I think it's kind of funny. I was laughing with my boy, called me laughing because he was laughing at how well the video was doing because of what topic it was. Oh, yeah. I was talking to your brother.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, you don't even go out like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anymore. Yeah, especially anymore.
Like, yeah, and that's like, I was like, it's so funny that this is the video that would blow up, and I don't even go. It's not even like I'm not. You will not see me on Glenwood. You won't see me on Fayetteville. You won't see me at a bar and club. Like you just won't see me unless we're getting paid to be there. Yeah. But when I really think about it, the reason I X'd all that out is because of this stuff that I was talking about in the videos, being turned away, being openly discriminated against in downtown Raleigh. I've had some of my most blatant and violent racist experiences going out downtown in North Carolina or downtown Raleigh. You know what I mean? Like, and that was me as a younger kid, you know, fresh in college, let's hit the clubs. You know, everybody's 18 now, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've had terrible experiences. One that was like, you know, like I still feel literally the physical pain every so often to this day. You know what I mean? Which I plan on talking about in the next video that I drop this week. So y'all stay tuned. That wasn't the last video that I do. I plan on continuing this. I want to keep it up at least. I want to try to keep it up once a week or once every 2 weeks until the end of the year. And
especially because we didn't know that this was it was so common.
It's so hit.
Yeah.
But just like we were saying, we know that it was between black people, but it's something we didn't speak about because it's just like, and it's the same as every time we speak of, like when Pat was here and when we were talking about, but you can expect the police to do that. And he was like, that's messed up that you would even say that. Yeah. But it's just certain things, it's certain treatment that black people have been tolerating for 400 years. Let's just put it there. You know what I mean? And even 50, 60 years plus since segregation ended that we've just been tolerating from police and racist white people that we don't even speak about just because it's literally common.
Yeah. That's and even with restaurants or something like that. If we went to a restaurant and they treated us like shit, we'd be like, well, we know what it is.
That is a good idea, actually. I'm glad you said that.
Restaurant?
I'm going to talk about restaurants and tipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tipping,
because then that's the other stereotype that has like
black people don't
black
tip.
People don't tip and all that stuff. Like even white people know that stereotype.
That's crazy. So that's another video that I should definitely address. But it's just stuff like that, you know. And we don't even speak about it, but amongst each other, you know what I mean? Like we're not like, bro, they were racist as hell. Like we'll go to a club, get turned away, and we can't let that ruin our night because we already know going out. That's going to be a possibility. And guaranteed, you're going to say, I can't come in. And then I look inside, half the club is filled with the same exact outfit or whatever the bouncer said they're turning me away for. I can literally look in and look down the line, and they literally have everybody else is in the same exact attire and having a good old time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's multiple things. There's a lot of things wrong with the downtown club. Not even Raleigh. And, I mean, I'm going to be always geared towards Raleigh just because that's the city that we're in. And I want to connect with the people here. But this is something that's countrywide. Like, let's not get it twisted. This is not just a downtown Raleigh problem. This is...
and if there's a perfect time to talk about what's happening in clubs to black people or people of color, it's now.
Now's the time. Now's the time to talk about all the shit that's fucked up about that is happening to black
clubs,
people.
Restaurants, like, get y'all shit together too.
And it's one of the situations where I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm going to present these videos. A couple people started asking me questions. One person asked me a pretty valid question. I'm going to respond to you, not in this form. I'm going to respond to you in another video form. But I can't even engage. This is one of those times where, you know, when it's like we're supposed to educate people. I don't want to educate nobody. I've educated you in my video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was the lesson. You take the lesson and you leave the lesson. You know what I mean? It's like, you need to do your own research, bro. Let's not act like the research isn't there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to figure out why black people are so mad right now, type it into Google. You know what I mean? Like,
you know how to Google.
Ask one of your white friends who was out here protesting for Black Lives Matter, and I'm sure they'll explain it to you because you're not even looking. If your whole intention of asking questions on how to rectify a situation, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this, but you know when we're having a debate and you're just trying to get your point across and I'm pretty much essentially trying to change your mind.
Yeah.
If that's your if that's what you're doing when you're talking to somebody like me or something, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
Cause you're not going to make me change my mind because I'm not in the position where I have to change my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we're talking about this whole situation, and when it comes to how black people are treated by white people, I'm not in a position where I have to negotiate. I'm just going to tell you the facts.
Yeah, and
don't tell me why it's like this. I'm telling you what you're doing and why it should stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I shouldn't even have to tell you why it stops.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to. Yeah, because you're the one we are the ones that actually have the facts.
Exactly.
Like, this is actually true. So why are you trying to change my mind about something like it's not true?
Or justify why it's that way.
Yeah, or justify it.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not going back and forth with you. That's period, point blank. And, you know, like, you can feel some type of way about that or not. I don't care.
That's
you know what I mean? It's just what it is.
It's kind of like the opposite of what I've been doing for, like, the past 2 weeks, where I've been, like, watching, like, videos. Like, remember, like, when the Black Lives Matter movement was, like, really hot?
Yeah.
I would be watching videos about it, and in the comments, I would see, like, ignorant or racist posts, and I was like... gotta do my thing again.
Yeah.
Start talking to a bunch of white people and then back and forth, and then all of a sudden they stop replying.
Yeah.
So I guess I won.
Yeah, and it's like,
but I mean, I don't know if I changed their minds, but I must have made good points.
You struck an accord, though. Yeah,
to the point where they're just like, damn, I have no comeback.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm not that. Shane is.
I'm in the right. We're in the right.
Yeah,
though,
Shane is perfect with that. Like, I'm not that person. Like,
Yeah.
I already know my emotions. I don't want to go back and forth with you.
Yeah.
And I feel like these are the best. This is always the best analogy. Would you talk, if you're talking to a Jewish person about the Holocaust, are you really going to sit there and try to explain to them why the Nazis did that to them? You know what I mean?
You know, I mean, Hitler was having a bad day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's literally just like that. Stop trying to get the people who are on the victim side to understand the oppressor side.
Oppressor side,
We
yeah.
don't give a fuck about what the oppressor side is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't care if you had a bad day.
And you might still be in the mind state of, I need to see both sides because I'm black and I'm not a Jew. But no, it's the same exact thing. It was a tragedy done to people. It's been a tragedy that's done to people, a.k.a. slavery, a.k.a. the Holocaust. You know what I mean? Like, those are two tragedies that were done to people. Guess what country has rectified that situation fully, and guess what country hasn't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do you think Germany has rectified it so well? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They don't tolerate that Nazi shit. They don't tolerate none of that. You know what I mean? But America, we got Confederate flags up.
Which is our shit. What do you call it? The the fucking thing.
Swastika.
Swastika.
Yeah, that's our swastika,
That's
the
our
Confederate
swastika.
flag. The laws that they have about, our systematic racism, the way they've done our housing. And then now we didn't literally, it's so many things I could just talk about. I'm not even going to go into it just because there's other stuff we got to get to. But, just long story short, just know I'm not going back and forth with y'all niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But, so outside of that, welcome to the Three Oak Podcast. We've been doing this for a while. We've had live shows before. We're definitely going to do another live show. But yeah, we can talk about some other stuff. We're not going to do a super long episode just because Cherry's not here. And this is a time that we normally don't even do episodes.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's
It's kind of all just but I couldn't go a week without, after we had such a big hit, don't want to go a week without dropping anything. We do have a friend cast that's going to drop too. So I got two 30-minute episodes that'll be dropping this week.
Okay.
But besides that, let's get over to, did you see Trump canceled his Juneteenth in Tulsa?
No.
AKA Black Wall Street.
Yeah, but no, I didn't hear. I heard that he
Was going to do it there. He was going to do a rally. There.
Oh, so he canceled it?
He was going to do a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Juneteenth.
Yeah.
And then, of course, obviously, that's disrespectful as fuck. For those
okay.
who don't know,
Yeah.
literally Google Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was an area in Tulsa, California, where it was a completely black. It was a 100% black ecosystem. Hospitals, doctors, schools, lawyers, everything was in this town. Black owned from start to finish, extremely successful. And white people, KKK members, and everybody came in, killed hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people, and burnt the entire town to the ground because of how well they were doing economically. If you never heard of it, do your Googles.
That's a question I have actually. Like,
yeah, I'm ready we need a movie or I want a documentary or something.
Just gonna say, like, we've had so many movies about slaves and servants in the '60s, and the civil rights movement. How come we haven't had a movie about Black Wall Street yet? A major movie about Black Wall Street. I'm sure there's documentaries.
Why hasn't that been the movie that you've wanted to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
what has been stopping us from making a movie about that? Like, seeing ourselves at one time where we were like our own thing. It was like we had our own planet or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And it was doing so well that people came in and burnt it to the ground.
Yeah.
White people came in and burnt it to the ground.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. But apparently he was supposed to do some sort of rally, just disrespectful shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then of course a bunch of protests and shit came up. They were like, bro, hell no, that's not happening. And then now all of a sudden he's gonna move it out of respect. Okay, you knew it was disrespectful from the beginning.
Yeah,
and it was, but at the same time, Trump is delusional. At the same time, he might. In my mind, Trump probably thinks black people really love him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know
Remember the clip where he says, I have a good relationship with the blacks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Trump really might have thought, like, he might have thought, like, how black people always say you're invited to the cookout? He probably thought doing that was like, hey, man, let's have a cookout over here. Like,
but you know what?
That we were going to welcome him with open arms.
But you can't, you know what? You can't really blame him, though, because we did accept him. I mean,
At one
Nelly's
point, yeah.
biggest song, Country Grammar, has a part where he says, "Let me hear you now, let me hear you now, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me hear you now." Like Donald Trump, we kind of welcomed him in the hip hop because we looked, like the whole
looked
bling
at his
era.
financial success.
When hip hop hit the bling era in the early 2000s, we were always shouting out rich people, Bill Gates and Donald Trump. We wanted to be like that. So, and I'm sure he heard those songs, and he's just like, the blacks like me.
Yeah, and even and he was accepted, bro. You know what movie I watched and didn't even realize he was in? Little Rascals.
Oh, okay. I know Home Alone 2, he's in that, but
I didn't even remember.
Yeah,
that
remember
part.
when he goes, McAllister goes into the hotel for the very first time, and then he meets that guy. It's like, hey, but of course we didn't know who Donald Trump was. But when I watched it over like a couple of Christmases ago, I was like, oh shit, that's Donald Trump. But I did not know he was in Little Rascals.
Little Rascals, okay. Little Rascals, very end of the movie, the race.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was the rich kid's dad.
Oh,
shit. The rich bratty
he had
kid.
Like a role?
Yeah, no, small role.
Small role.
Because, the super bratty rich kid that was balling, had the 2 Doberman pinchers, butlers, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that kid?
Yeah.
At the end, his dad comes to the race, and we're talking a 10, 15-second cameo. Like, not long at all. He was like, my dad's here, and he waved to his dad. It was Donald Trump.
Oh, shit. Was it Donald Trump, like, in the movie?
Yeah, Donald Trump in the movie. Yeah. He was playing himself in the movie.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
I did not. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, bro. And he's right at the end, and then they bring him back in for the bloopers. Like, how, like, the end of those movies, they just have bloopers and stuff like that?
While the credits are going?
Yeah, he was back in there again. But, I mean, movie-wise, he wasn't in there long at all.
Yeah.
But, yeah, bro, he was a rich kid's dad. And I was like, damn.
There's a music video he was in that I didn't realize. But, I was still, like, a child when this video was out. But the music video for Bobby Brown's song for Ghostbusters 2, well, I guess
yeah.
That video, it had like a bunch of celebrities in it, and then it has him walking out of one of his towers, and because in the video it's like ghosts everywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Or monitors with Bobby Brown on it, and then he comes out and he's like, So see, that's why I was saying, like, from back then, he probably thought, oh, black people like me.
Yeah.
So when I run for president, maybe they're gonna be for me, and then maybe it was like a shock, like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's funny. Like, that's the danger of one in music. I mean, I do music. I'm not dropping nobody's name. I'm not dropping no rich person's name
in case they become president later on. A Republican president at that.
You just got to be careful. Like, I mean, we don't have as much access, but back then, Trump was just a businessman to a lot of black people.
Yeah, and it was like something to aspire to.
It was something to aspire to, definitely. Yeah. And it made sense. I mean, I'm sure white people felt the same. He was one of the richest people we knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Went to Trump hotels.
Yeah.
Atlantic City.
You know what I mean? And it's like, he's in everything, but once you figure out his political position and how he feels about people and stuff like that, then your position changes. So
yeah, I bet things would have been different if he ran as a Democrat. Like, let's say, like, he actually was a good person and he ran for a Democrat. I think all of us would be like, yes, Donald Trump. We wanted him to
are
be
we talking about
alternate universe where he's actually a good person?
Gotcha. Okay. I was about to say, now if Trump was saying the things that I liked him to say with that same way he says it now, I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because I think he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I think I like the way he speaks like a fucking kindergartner. You know what I mean? Like,
or somebody that doesn't give a fuck. And I think that's why Republicans
that's why everybody likes him, especially the middle America. You know what I mean? The poor white people. That's why they love him so much. You're talking about I'm bringing coal mining back. What? What?
Yeah.
Y'all believe that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I haven't heard about one coal factory opening. Nobody's using coal anymore. Like,
I'm gonna bring coal back.
Unless it's for a grill, bro. That is not happening.
The world is trying its best to go electric, and he wants to bring coal back.
Yeah, but he secured those votes too, though.
Yeah.
So it's like he says stuff like
85-year-old man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and he says stuff like that if you're, low and ignorant or less educated and ignorant, I'm gonna get behind that. But I don't know. It's
a hustler,
crazy.
Man.
He's a hustler. Exactly he knows how to pull at those people's heartstrings and stuff like that.
And say thugs. We know what they know what thugs is.
Yeah, and then that kind of leads us to let's jump over to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle dropped 846.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a comedy special.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I think that's what the tagline of the video should be. This is not a comedy special.
This is not a comedy special. That's why it was funny because he said, this is not. He said, I'm not joking. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's like, I have some jokes.
He said, I got some pussy jokes if y'all really want them, but
right now we're trying to have a conversation. I think he said something.
Dave Chappelle says things in a way that give you goosebumps.
See, yeah, like somebody I think in the comments section said it really well. They said like he's a great like rationalizer. Like he knows how to observe a situation and then articulate it in a way that makes you understand. You know, and probably could make someone who's ignorant understand. You know, like when he really broke down
the way he
breaks down everything.
Yeah, and like the way he did the cop thing.
Yeah.
The way he did the cop thing where he'll give you a 5 to 7 minute story about cops defending their own people.
Yeah.
And then be like, so why are you confused on black people when we're defending us?
And then turned it around. And it was like, oh.
You know what I mean?
Now,
and
how
some
can
people
you not understand?
Some people can only listen to it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they only can listen to it that way. Mm-hmm. But he's great at doing it like that every time because that's what we've been getting with his comedy specials.
Yeah,
it's just we normally get more jokes in there.
Yeah.
We were just listening to Dave Chappelle speak
it was more like a TED Talk or some kind of like talk. You know, like he was just on the stage just kind of rationalizing what's going on.
And I was in it when I was you know what mode Dave Chappelle's in when he's smoking cigarettes and drinking on stage.
Yeah.
I know what level.
You know he's about to get real.
I know what level of Dave Chappelle I'm getting when the cigarettes come out and the drinking starts.
Yeah, he was so laid back. He even had his book out, you know, like a comedy book. You know? Just like I guess just to go to if he needed to. But it wasn't a comedy special. It was just a well thought out, just rationalizing of what's going on. Like I don't know.
Extremely short, 22 minutes, 25 minutes max.
Yeah, people were saying like he's probably reached that stage in his comedy career where George Carlin did the same thing, where for a long time
it stopped being comedy.
And it just started being him not ranting, but just kind of just talking about the realities of what's going on. And every once in a while, he'll put a joke in there, if he needs to like emphasize a point. But for the most part, not profit, but it's just like they're the people of the time that you turn to rationalize what's going on. What do you think, Dave Chappelle? You know?
Yeah. And it's crazy because, and mind you, I don't think I would have ever realized this until I started listening to podcasts. And I feel like most podcasts, somebody on there is a comedian. You know what I mean? Like, unless it's just like a straight up informative one, then you don't need a comedian. But like most of the podcasts I listen to, one person out of the two was a comedian. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize it until Schultz put it in a great way where he was saying, we need comedians. It might have even been Joe Rogan said, I'm sure Joe has said something of this nature. People need comedians because they help us understand what's going on with the times. Mm-hmm. It's like comedians are essential. That's what Joe was saying. Comedians could be argued as they bring laughter. Mm-hmm. But they also, a lot of them, not all of them, but some of them give you political takes. You know what I mean? And they'll tell you what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they make it in a digestible way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that humor helps too because it puts in perspective for you like shit is really fucked up.
Hey, like Mary Poppins said, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. You know, we don't like the taste of medicine, so take some sugar with it. Like, okay.
Yeah, so that's why people
that's
like
what the laughter is.
Dave Chappelle is the one
sugar.
for this generation. Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock. I would put Chris Rock up there.
Chris Rock is up there too, and that's what I feel like
Dave
a lot
first,
of these.
Rock second.
Mm-hmm. But before it was Rock was doing
it. Used to be, I was always turning to him, and I still turn to him.
To see what he's talking about. You know, what I mean? And just like I saw his clip going around where he was talking about, you know how cops are always saying that's just one bad apple, and then he was
I shared.
Or he was just it was pretty much saying like some jobs you can't have bad apples. Some jobs you can't. He's like, I can't get on an airplane and be like, this pilot is just the one bad apple. I crash. He crashes us and dies.
American Airlines can't be like, some of our pilots like to land.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like...
No, every pilot has to land.
Yeah, so it's so crazy, but like that's why we need our comedians to...
They rationalize everything. They just make everything... In a world that doesn't make sense, they make it make sense.
Yes,
you know? And it's just like, it makes sense. So that's one of the things that I really loved about it. I loved his take on like the Candace Owens.
Yeah.
Candace Owens things, because I remember seeing that video floating around too, where she was basically excusing what the cop did. I mean, she was playing around with him, making it sound like, no, it was horrible what happened to him, but at the same time,
he did have a record, and
he had this, and he did this to his wife, but one thing that I put on the video, I think it was on Facebook, so I commented on it, and I say, notice how she never mentions if the cops should be charged. She never mentioned if they should be charged. She said what they did was bad, and she said that all cops and all people in different areas and all that stuff, you'll have bad waiters and all that stuff, basically going to the bad apple thing.
Yeah.
But she was making it seem like, hey, and some cops are bad, we just have to deal with that. And I'm like, so you're basically saying, hey, some cops commit murder. I mean, big whoop,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, no, they should be charged for murder if they commit unjust murders,
I'll tell you something about Candace Owens for people who just don't know, and these are just lost niggas. Like,
yeah, she's definitely the definition
of a lost nigga. Like, and you know what I always enjoy? I enjoy the moment when they realize they're black again.
Oh yeah,
they're one white person away from them calling them a nigger. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you are one white. I'm waiting on that one person. I think Stacey Dash had that moment. I can't remember when it was, but it was a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Stacey Dash had a moment.
Called, like her fiance, or her and her fiance got into a fight or something,
and he hit her with that. Yeah, and it was something like that. But I remember Stacey Dash had her moment where she was caping out here for Republicans and white people and putting down the black community. And it was like that one white person put her a check. It was like, you still a nigga.
Yeah,
you know
I think she may have called the cops and it didn't go her way or something like that.
Yeah.
And that it would have if she was white, but it didn't go that way because guess what?
And that's all Candace Owens is one step away from. And I hope it happens. I hope it happens publicly so we can all see it. Because I'm sure, to be fair, I'm sure it's happened privately, but it needs to happen publicly.
She has to be getting well paid in order to just sell out her. I just don't understand. Like I don't know if does she really believe this, or is it like she's just spewing out what she's paid to do? Like I have no idea what's going on with her.
I don't either. She's one of the smartest, dumbest people I've ever seen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because she's articulate.
As hell.
She
sounds great when she speaks.
Yeah, and she almost makes you like scratch your chin. Like she almost makes you. But then when you really think about it, it's like.
You'd be like, what are you talking about?
That makes no sense. That was a very articulate way to not make sense.
Yeah. Did you see her with Joe Rogan?
No, I did not.
You are missing one of the greatest episodes of fucking Joe Rogan.
He was going back and forth with her?
What? He was laying. And
I got to watch that.
You got to watch, bruh. It was one moment, because Joe is not the type to argue with his guests too often.
Yeah.
He likes to let them get them off. Bruh, there was one point, Joe said, I can't let this shit continue. Because it was talking, long story short, they were talking about, he pretty much was calling her out on you giving these grand statements talking about this is fact, and you have just admitted to me you have not done research on that. And he's like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And she's like, why can't I do? He said, because you just admitted you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was like, he said, you speak so well. He said, you speak so well. If I didn't hear you just say and pay attention to you just saying you never did the research, I would believe everything you said, but you just admitted to me you not done the research. He's like, I'm going to ask you again, how do you have an opinion on something you've never done the research on? You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it was like a 15-minute back and forth.
She's almost scarier than Trump in a way because
her articulence.
Yeah, because we know he's a talker. And he's a hustler in that way.
Yeah.
But when he talks, he just talks and talks, and we just know that makes no sense. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But the way she does it, it's like like she sounds like she's right.
Yeah, all
know?
the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it always sounds like she didn't have points. It's right.
Yeah,
Everything.
And she might say like, I did the research. She could say I did the research and be like,
we
oh,
would just
shit,
believe
right,
her just because of how articulate she is.
Yeah, saying like, white people are the most killed people in this country and all that stuff, and it makes you go, oh wait, let me Google it, just to make sure. But at the end of the day, like I said, like the one bullshit in her, I mean, well, she had a lot of bullshit in there, but the one that stood out to me was because I watched the whole video of her talking, and just to hear her out, I at least like to hear the opposite side just to hear them out.
Yeah.
But she never mentioned that the police officers should be charged,
Which is the biggest thing.
She was excusing their behavior by doing that.
Yeah.
So that's when I call bullshit on it. I'm like, no.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. But that's why I like Dave Chappelle, that he put her in her place when he called her out.
Oh, speaking of Dave Chappelle, before we continue, can we talk about how Dave Chappelle addressed cheating allegations, admitted to cheating allegations.
Oh, what was that about? I saw that in the comment section.
In the most seamless way I've ever seen a celebrity address getting caught cheating.
It was small, but I heard it.
Okay,
who was it again?
Azalea Banks.
Azalea Banks.
Long story short, Azalea Banks, this was maybe 2-3 weeks ago. It was not that long ago.
Yeah.
Pretty much outed Dave Chappelle. She said, I can ruin Dave Chappelle's life. I'll ruin Dave Chappelle's marriage because me and him had sex. Like while he was married. And in the special, I can't remember, he was relating something and he was saying,
oh, I know.
They can't keep their mouth shut just like Azalea Banks.
He said something. Yeah. He was talking about Candace Owens and saying how her pussy smells bad or something like that. And he was like, he said something like, I mean, I never had sex with her, but, I'll tell on her, just like Azalea Banks.
Yeah, exactly.
He said something like that and then just moved on. I just thought it was just a joke, but then I went into the comment section and everybody was saying, like, did he just mention his cheating allegation?
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
what? He did. And mentioned it and got it out, in and out, bruh. Just seamless, bruh. Seamless. I love that shit. And I was like, and it was funny.
It was a punchline.
Because I was with Courtney and when she was watching it, she was like, did he just mention that? I said, that's the first and last time you'll hear him mention her name. I said, that is it. That is it. Like, it is in and out.
He didn't deny it.
No.
And if anything, he confirmed it.
That's all he did. But he confirmed it because this is the thing with celebrities and stuff like that. If you don't speak at least one time on it, they're going to, for the next 10 years, I'm going to ask you that question every time I get to sit down and interview.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Dave presents things in a way to where he can just knock it out the way now and never have to deal with it again.
Yeah.
Because now if you ask him in an interview, he's just going to just stare at you probably.
And I'm sure like people in the audience, it probably went over their heads. Maybe they were like me and didn't even know about it.
Because honestly, Azalea Banks is probably hitting more of black culture and Twitter anyway.
Yeah.
So it might be
she never really crossed over.
Yeah, and so we might know more about that. Like that might not even touched a lot of people's radars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but for the people who are the loudest and can make the most noise on social media, which are black people.
Yeah.
He addressed this and got us out the way. You know what I'm saying? And I love the way he did it.
Yeah. It was like fucking punchline.
Yeah. Let's see. But that's pretty much it. I mean, we're just talking about shit.
I mean, well, I could just do like a quick review of Spike Lee's new film.
Oh, yes, please. Is that on Netflix?
Yes, it is. Yeah, so it's a Netflix. I mean, I can't say if it's a Netflix original because I'm sure like if theaters were open, it probably would have released in theaters.
Got you. Everything is digital now.
But since everything it's just been like streaming now. But I watched it last night. I invited my mom to watch it.
What's the name of it?
The Five Bloods. The Five Bloods.
That's him.
Yeah, and it has Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther.
Yeah. It was featured. It's at the top. I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah,
got you. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's long. It's like 2 hours and like 30 something minutes, like 35. But but it was really good. Like I probably like it a little more than Black Klansman. But it was just really good. And
I still haven't seen Black Klansman.
Yeah, that was good.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's on Netflix. It's probably on something else.
Yeah, it's probably
maybe
on
HBO Max or
something.
Yeah. But it was really good. Chadwick Boseman, of course, like he's just a really good actor. Like he's one of the strongest young black actors right now.
Without question.
Me.
Yeah.
And so he did a great job playing like this like traumatic soldier. One of the guys who did a great job have you ever seen Crooklyn?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Crooklyn. Okay, remember the father?
Yeah. Oh,
He's in this movie. Yeah, he's in this movie.
Yeah, I love
the
that
movie
dude, bro.
It's basically about these black soldiers that have to go back to old black soldiers that have to go back to Vietnam to find gold that they hid in Vietnam a long time ago.
From when they were at war.
Yeah,
gotcha.
in the 70s.
But they're
right?
going
Yeah,
back
70s,
to recover the
60s.
gold.
Yeah, so they're going
I'm
back.
sure
They
it's
collect
dangerous.
to go back to go for the gold, but they're reminiscing about the time in the
So it's a
back
lot of
in the day.
flashbacks.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
Chadwick Boseman is back in the day. He's the part of the flashbacks because he was their leader that died. Yeah, so every once in a while it flashbacks to when Chadwick Boseman was leading them to find the gold and all that stuff.
Got you.
And then there's a mystery of like, well, how did he die? You know, and then I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but you find out how he dies.
Got you.
And it's pretty traumatic and it's a dramatic scene.
Yeah.
But the guy in particular, I apologize that I forget his name, but I feel like all these years, I think he's gonna blow up now.
Oh, really?
He did that good of a job.
Damn.
It surprised me. I was hearing about it. I heard like reviews like saying like they mentioned his name, which I forget.
Yeah.
But
the father from Crooklyn.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
The OG.
His because he plays like a soldier out of the group. He's the one that has the harshest PTSD. You know, so you know he could snap. He voted for Trump. You know. He just has a juicy role, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he's
yeah.
the one that could snap. So his role in that, I always knew he was a great actor. I liked him in Malcolm X as well, like some kind of Jamaican dealer. But he blew me away in that movie. So you could watch it just for him and Chadwick, really.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, so he did a good job. Chadwick did a good job. The movie is good. I'll give it an A. yeah, I would give it an A.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So the only reason why I would get an A plus is like I wish it was a little shorter.
A little lengthy.
Yeah, it's a little lengthy, but overall it's a great film.
Spike is a creative. You know, like you just
He's going strong now. I think he's hitting a stride now. Like when you see Black Klansman, you'll see. But I think he's hitting a new stride now, where he's like maybe found his mojo again. Because for a few years he was kind of quiet.
Yeah, and it was quiet.
Tyler Perry took over.
Yes,
For a number of years actually.
Spike was essential back in the 80s.
Yeah,
He was the only black. He was the only person making movies that would directly impact
about the black experience.
The black experience
in a way that never had been done, because before him in the 70s you had like the black exploitation movies, Shaft, and, Foxy Brown and all that stuff.
Comedies, and those are cool, but when I just want to see like Crooklyn. Like if anybody's never seen Crooklyn, it's literally about a family in Brooklyn. And it's literally,
following the kids too.
Yeah, and the kids, and it's leading the lead character is the children.
Yeah,
is the daughter, but she's got like 3 brothers, and it's about their life in Brooklyn. 2 black parents that are together. You know what I mean? And what a black family household looks like back then.
I didn't realize how much that movie resonated with me. Like now that I look back, because I think that for me that was probably the first black movie, because I was probably like 9 when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Like on HBO or something, and it was the first movie I really identified with. Where it's like, as a black kid, watching these other black kids in New York, because I was in New York at the time. I was in Queens, not Brooklyn. And then the whole thing that I've never seen before that me and my brother experienced was going from New York and visiting North Carolina here.
Yeah.
And how it was a totally different life.
And they had that in the movie.
They had that in the movie too, because I forget where they go, but they go out of Brooklyn, right?
It was like Virginia,
some
or
kind of
something
suburb.
Like, it was a suburban,
with her suburban light-skinned cousin.
Yep.
I remember that scene really resonated with me, because that's how I would feel coming here to visit before we moved down here. It would be like a completely different, like there's crickets, the sound of crickets.
Yeah.
And, no traffic. The sound of traffic is gone. Like it's less hectic. So I didn't really realize how much that movie resonated with me until like looking back on it.
Yeah.
So and then Spike Lee. Yeah, he's the one that I feel like started the whole black renaissance in the 90s.
Yes.
Remember?
Yep.
Because he started in the 80s, but then after like Do the Right Thing and everything. Then you started having John Singleton come in with Boys in the Hood, and then you had the
and gave the neighborhood like the hood version
the
of
Hood,
it.
in L.A. too.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly,
see, John Singleton was the L.A.
That's true. Spike was the East Coast in New York.
The Tupac and
that
fucking,
was the Tupac and Biggie back there.
Film. Oh shit! I never made that connection.
Hell yeah, that is true. But that is true.
Yeah, and then Menace to Society came out. Like the whole '90s had this black renaissance, and I feel like we have a new one.
We don't have that for like Atlanta though. ATL, I feel like was the first.
Who's like a Southern black
that gives you the country life in the South experience? I don't know, because to be fair, ATL is like that movie. We love that movie. That was real life. That was like I don't even know who made the movie.
Yeah, I'll look after it, but yeah, that was a really good movie. That was a really good representation of like South and you know T.I., right?
Yeah, it was really Atlanta.
Yeah,
but a lot if there's a Waffle House. That's a country thing. There's a lot of things Atlanta does that every country area, especially black country area, does. Roller skating, Waffle House, gold teeth. You know, so like that movie resonated with a lot of Southern people. Yeah, but we don't really. I don't think there's been that Southern boom of that yet, which it's devoid.
Yeah,
it's definitely
I know
a void.
Moonlight had like it may have taken place in the South. But I don't know if the director is like a South director.
From the neighborhood type of shit.
Yeah, because I mean, like the way he was driving around, the music he was driving to was like chopped and screwed stuff. You know, he had the gold teeth and all that stuff. It may have been taking place in the South, but I don't know if the director is from the South. So yeah. So that's a good question. I don't know who black Southern director is like really doing it right now. Where's Tyler Perry from?
Where is Tyler Perry from?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't
know, but I wish he would use his studio for just something other than.
Just give people like,
but just
get
write
other
the
filmmakers in
bro.
there.
Just put people in power, man.
Yeah.
We don't want your scripts all day. Like, come on, bro. Like, and I'll
get other voices in there.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I'm not telling him to stop making movies at all because you have gotten extremely rich off of what you've done. Nobody's denying that. And clearly there's people, it's like people who watch Lifetime movies. There's people who are always going to want to see trauma. Yeah. There's always going to be somebody who wants to see where their husband gets cheated on them or domestic violence. I mean, OWN, Lifetime, they've made... It's literally, there's always going to be that lane for it.
They might as well just change the name of their station to like
Domestic
Piss Women Off Challenge.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know?
But so you keep doing that because there's bread and butter there. But there's no reason... You shouldn't have movies developing. You should have the Atlanta Spike Lee. You should have. Yeah. You should have these people signed making movies.
His Hollywood, his black Hollywood, essentially is based in Atlanta. So
yeah, you know what I mean.
Start getting talent from
there's
Atlanta.
There's no reason like a Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know there's one in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. You know,
there has to be,
or somebody even if not in Atlanta, but this southern region. You know, Florida or Miami, Mississippi. There's somebody there. That you could easily, and I'm sure they've been hitting you up. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason that you shouldn't be putting people in positions of power like that, man. Like, it's just crazy, bro. He's got to use it to stop tearing, because he ain't doing that. And then it's always the stereotypical dark-skinned black dude that's beating his wife.
Is this true? I haven't seen all of his movies, but is it true that there's this theme of like, I think I was watching a video of a young black woman talking about his movies. Yeah. And she said something like, his movies always have like a rich black man treating a woman like shit, and then like the woman is like flirting with like a black guy who's not rich at all or something like that. But she was coming at it like his movies make it seem like the woman always has to go for the bum or something like that because the rich guy is always the asshole.
That's true too. Yeah. So. He does always do that, and then normally it's the person that's. Normally, and in a lot of the times, the person who's doing the domestic violence or the person who's violent or the person who's the shittiest person is normally a dark-skinned person. Yeah. And then the person who's the savior is a light-skinned person. Yeah. He almost always does that too. Yeah. Some light-skinned shining knight in shining armor comes to get you away from the dark-skinned devil.
But he's usually like way like poor or like very middle class or something.
Or maybe not extremely low caste, but like... He's the mechanic that owns his own shop. He's not poor, but he's not balling either. Yeah. He's not making $1 million a year. He makes $80,000 a year. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that guy.
So the young lady was, I guess, saying like there's always this narrative of like a woman has to settle for less or something like that.
Yeah, and financially wise, they do make it seem like that. But it's also He's also does the tone thing too.
Yeah.
It's always the dark skinned person doing the worst behavior,
Yeah.
and the light skinned person that comes to save him.
Have you seen his latest film on Netflix?
Nah, I've been getting.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've been watching like hilarious like reviews of it, 'cause, like people laughing because one called Double Toasted. These two black dudes that like do a podcast kind of thing, but they're more like movie based.
Yeah.
And I watched them, and they were just like laughing and breaking it down and showing like there's so many errors in the movie. There's a shot where, let's say I'm the main woman, and my hair is a certain way.
Yeah.
It turns to you, and then it comes to me, and my hair is a completely different way.
Bruh, and low key, bruh, he be having those mistakes like that too, where it just be like.
The shots.
How you got all this money in the shot and still low budget, bro?
They came out of her and the guy come out of this building at night, and at the bottom, if you look down, you can see the boom mics. 2 boom mics like this. Yeah. There's another one where if you look in the background, you see this old white dude like eating nothing. They're at a restaurant, and he's just going. He's eating nothing, but he's clearly right there. You could see it. He's not even out of focus. He has nothing on his fork. I was like, did he not he didn't watch this over or cut it out?
I don't think he cares.
That's the more like mind-boggling thing.
Yeah, I do want to know what is your thought
Did
process?
He just shit it out? He just like shot it and just like
Or
whatever?
does he do that on purpose to us?
I can't. He can't.
Yeah, he can't.
That's a bad look on
because you have an entire crew that's there.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Okay, so then that means you have more than one eye on it.
Yes.
So you're trying to tell me the editor was, because I'm sure like he doesn't edit his own films. I'm sure like there's another editor. So you're trying to tell me that everybody else around him has to be fucking with him because it's like the editor could clearly see the guy not eating anything. He could clearly see the boom mics down there. You clearly cut between 2 shots where the lady has 2 different hairstyles.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if. Are you sure everybody that's working on you is on your side?
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
and not trying to sabotage you, make you look bad.
It's like what's happening over here?
Because he's like, he doesn't care, so we could do it.
True. I mean, if I was an editor and you probably paying him $100,000 a year, he don't care about shit. Clearly.
Yeah.
Like fuck her wig up. Let's see how.
Or maybe it was his fault. Maybe he didn't. Hey, you sure you don't want to get another take? He's like, nah, it's fine. Let's move on.
True. That's a fact, too.
It's like, all right.
And then you might have been like every time the boom mic was in that shot. No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like,
whatever.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's your movie.
Yeah, it ain't my movie.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid regardless.
Yeah.
And they going to come down on you anyway.
I'm sure that, their staff have that mindset.
Yeah, I'm getting paid regardless.
And I'm getting paid. So.
Yeah, true. But yeah, man, we'll wrap this up so you can get over to work.
Yeah.
This is 3 Podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Once again, thank you for everybody that's been engaging with us the last week and new to the platform. We do this every week. We normally don't miss a week. If we do miss a week, it's a good reason. But yeah, we'll see y'all. Peace.
All right, peace. You just watched we could start over if you'd like.
Hey!
You just watched the 3 Oak Podcast instead of listening to it.
You just watched the 3 Oak Podcast. Okay.
Thank you for watching the 3 Oak Podcast.
Hey, and you should click the subscribe in the box right below.
This guy's a rapper.